underpaid?
Say it again.
Are you underpaid?
Kidding me? Why on earth would these guys ask Haason Reddick this question now? Are these guys Cowboys plants? Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Dingbat here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So the Eagles have the day off from practice, but no matter what, we still got a ton going on. Why on earth would the Philly media want to ask Haason Reddick this question right now? Are they trying to start problems? Are they Cowboys plants or something? I don't get it. And Quez Watkins says he's an elite wide receiver. And I say, let's give him the chance to prove it. And meanwhile, don't you get the sense in Dallas that everything is on the edge, that they're very close to falling off the cliff and the whole thing blowing up? No, we're going to get into it in a second, but before we do that, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled, pause, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to thank you so much for all the support you give to me. It really, truly means a lot. Now, as I was saying, the Eagles are off practice today. They're not practicing. I also will not be streaming today. I'm headed to the doctors. They got to take a lot of blood out of me. It'll probably just be a lot of like sugar and chocolate and soda and all sorts of stuff. But I got to go get blood work done and stuff. So no streaming today. We will be back Thursday and Friday. And let me thank everybody who was with me, hung out with me last night. I truly appreciate it. Now, there's a couple things I want to talk about today. The first thing is this Haason Reddick thing. There really isn't a thing, but it's like, because everything is peaceful, because everything is going calm and everything is going great, it's like the media goes out there and they wanna put Haason Reddick on the spot. They want to make it uncomfortable. I mean, really, are they trying to make it uncomfortable with Haason Reddick in the front office? I don't get it. I mean, you listen to this comment and you tell me what you think.
Prepare myself, like I said, continue to be a better version of Haason Reddick, continue to be a great teammate. Go out here, work hard for the guys, you know, and let those things sort themselves out as they should.
Are you underpaid?
Say it again.
Are you underpaid?
I mean, no, I ain't going to sit here. I mean, like I said, you know, y'all see it, y'all know what's going on. Like I said, I'm worried about being the best version of myself and letting everything else sort itself out. True.
See what I'm saying? I mean, like that kind of question right now in training camp, it just seems like it's only there to cause friction. Now, I know the media has a job to do and they got to ask questions. But, man, I don't know. That one feels like a Dallas Cowboy plant trying to start some stuff, trying to blow us up internally, you know? Tick McManus wrote this. Haason Reddick ranks tied for 19th among edge rushers in an average salary per year is $15 million via Sports Track. Here's where his mind's at when it comes to financial following 16-sack campaign, right? And it goes, there's an article and it goes on to talk about, you know, negotiating with Haason Reddick. The Eagles might want to think about heading back to the negotiating table and upgrading what looks like a cheap contract now. Everyone knows the skilled pass rusher is severely underpaid, including Reddick himself. And you guys heard what he says. I mean, I ain't going to sit here. Like I said, you all know how it's going on. You know what's going on. It just seems like they're just trying to start something. Look, Haason Reddick went out. He had 16 sacks. He had a great year. That's what the Eagles brought him in for. Should he get a new contract? Maybe. He should be able to renegotiate. I'm not against renegotiating a contract, but I think doing it and worrying about it as the season's getting ready to start could be a hindrance on the Philadelphia Eagles. It could be a hindrance on him. I don't know that Haason Reddick is even trying to get or asking for a new contract. He probably wants something, but it's not like he's holding out or something like that. Reddick is doing what he's got to do. He's getting ready, he's trying to get healthy, and he's going to get out there. Now, I'm a person, I think if you sign a contract, right, if you sign a contract like he did 3 years, after 1 year, I don't think you should be asking and renegotiating. Now, he's got a 3-year deal, I believe. If he asks after second year, like if Reddick goes out, has 16 sacks or more, Yeah, I think that the Eagles should renegotiate his contract at the end of the year. I think that's fair, but at least finish most of your contract first. After 1 year, it's too early. And here's the thing: the Eagles will work with you. The Eagles will do contracts. The Eagles will do all those things, but you can't go out and complain to the media. You got to handle it and do it the right way. Now, I'm going to say this. I think Haason Reddick handled it perfectly. I think he answered honestly, and he answered in a way that wasn't, trying to put the Eagles front office on the spot or cause some sort of drama. I think the media likes drama. I think they look for drama. And sometimes I really think, man, Jerry Jones has these guys. Listen, the guy's 3,519 years old. He has been around a long time. It's his birthday, by the way. Happy birthday to him. But he's 3,520 years old. Do you think he hasn't been around? Do you think he doesn't know how to bring down companies and situations and things like that? The guy's 3,521 years old. Of course he does. Of course he does. The guy's 3,522 years old. He has seen a lot of stuff, okay? He saw the Civil War. He saw Moses come down from the mountain as he was polishing his idol, because when Moses come down and they're all getting ready to worship the idol, what do you think was there polishing it? It was Jerry Jones, 3,522 years old, okay? He was polishing his idol. That's why they got the satanic star on their helmet. But sometimes, man, I wonder, these guys plants? Are you trying to start problems? Haason Reddick deserves a contract extension and a renegotiation, I believe, after this season. But he's got to go out this season and play good. He's only 1 year into the deal. I think it would be a little premature to get a contract. Now, if the Eagles want to do it, that's fine. If the Eagles want to go to him and do it, that's fine. But, just play this year and then go into the offseason and then work it out. Go have another 16-sack campaign. That's what I say. But, man, I don't know why they would ask that question other than to just start crap. That's the only reason to do it. Now, I want to talk about Quez Watkins because one of the big question marks with this offense, and one of really the only few actually, I would say if you look at this offense as a whole, the two biggest questions there is about the offense is your third wide receiver and can the running backs Rashad Penny and DeAndre Swift stay healthy. Those are what it's all about. And Quez Watkins, I think the guy actually, I'm going to say this, I actually think Quez Watkins takes a lot of crap. I think there's a lot of people that call him Quez Dropkins, things like that, and they hate on the guy. But I think we should give him some credit. I do. I honestly think we should give Quez Watkins some credit. Quez Watkins has handled everything like a professional. Quez Watkins has handled the situation really good. He said one little comment about how he felt people were gonna, he's gonna make people feel sorry, and he went on and he's been doing his work. You don't see him complaining. He's not fighting with other people on Twitter. He's not like Jalen Reagor. He's taking care of his business and doing his thing. I like that about Quez Watkins. Struggles and going through things, it builds character. And I think Quez Watkins, I like where his mindset is, right? Eagles wide receiver Quez Watkins is gleaming with confidence. I'm elite, he says. He said, I'm elite. And I tell you what, I like that attitude. Why would I want him to come there and say, maybe I'm the fourth best receiver and maybe I'm in the top 100. I want a guy to think he's the best. I want a guy to think he's elite. I want that attitude because when you have that kind of attitude, that's the attitude of a winner, right? A guy who thinks that he's a certain standard or a certain good, he's this good or and let's say he's not living up to it or he's not where he thinks he should be. That's usually motivation to get better. It's when you get self-defensive and you're like, you want to fight with people and you want to try to convince other people of something, that you have a problem. You saw that with Reagor. I think Quez Watkins, the way he's handled this whole thing, has been really, really good, right? Watkins confirmed that he had a chip on his shoulder when talking with SI.com Eagles Today. Quote, most definitely, I always keep a chip on my shoulder, but coming off last season, I definitely got one, Watkins says. Watkins really stood out in Sunday's practice, and he seemingly kept Zacchaeus at arm's length through the first week of camp. It's competition. This is the big leagues. You got to play ball, Watkins said of Zacchaeus' presence. It's not about what you did last year, the year before. It's what you're doing right now. I mean, this is what I'm saying. This kid has the right attitude. I'm going to give Quez Watkins a little leeway. I think Quez Watkins has a ton of talent. I think Quez Watkins can be way better than he was a year ago. And I think that the way Quez Watkins has handled the all season and is handling camp is actually a really good sign. Like I said, you want a guy to think he's elite. You want a guy to think he's the best. Because if a guy thinks that much of himself and he's not living up to that standard, that will motivate most guys to go out and do something about it. It's when you feel uncomfortable that you do something about it. A guy like Jalen Reagor, who thinks that he has arrived just because he's in the NFL, he'll go and he'll fight with people on Twitter, delete his comments, things like that. We don't get that from Quez. Quez Watkins has come in with the right attitude, and by all counts, he's been pretty good so far. He's had some good days, and I think there's a lot to go on. So I'm very, very happy with Quez Watkins. No doubt about it. Now, in closing, there's one other thing we got to talk about. The Dallas Couch Boys. The Dallas Couch Boys are back. And I got to tell you, if you look at everything that's going on with them in camp so far, right? And this is just an outside perspective. You look at the way that the Cowboy fans are like, they just, all they talk about is Dak Prescott this, Dak Prescott's so great, Dak Prescott this. To me, they're all scared. They're all scared deep down inside because they know that the Cowboys are at the edge of a cliff. And I really think the Cowboys are at the edge of the cliff because the Cowboys are in a situation where, kind of like the Eagles last year, where they're going to have a lot of free agents. They got Zach Martin holding out. They're going to have to probably restructure Dak Prescott's contract. And they may get to the point where they think he isn't worth re-signing or bringing back because he can't get out of the second round of the playoffs. And you can just feel there's a sense in Dallas that there's a lot of smoke trying to be built up. There's a lot of people who are secretly worried and fearful. This is why Jerry Jones comes out and threatens the NFC East that Dallas is better than everybody else. This is why you get clips like this at Dallas Cowboys practice.
Go, Dak! That shit in a box! That shit in a box! That's in a box!
Trevon Diggs just won my respect. I actually like him a little more now. He told Dak to basically shut up. And I can tell you this for certain. No way the Eagles would do that or talk like that to Jalen Hurts. That ain't going to happen because they got Jalen Hurts back. What you're seeing in Dallas, and this is the truth about Dallas, the Dallas Cowboys are in a win-now mode. They're in a situation where if they don't get to at least the NFC Championship game, it's all going to come crumbling down. That's why their fans are on edge, putting up 80 clips of Dak Prescott talking about how great he is all the time when he's none other than another Kirk Cousins. That's why you get guys like Mark Holmes who are on there crying the blues, screaming. That's why you got Jerry Jones speaking the way he went. That's why you have Trevon Diggs yelling at Dak Prescott. You got Mozzie Smith getting blown off the ball. Everybody in Dallas wants to ignore that. The truth is Dallas is in a win-now situation. If they don't get to at least the NFC Championship game, the Dallas Cowboys are done. They're done. The Dallas Cowboys are at the end of the road with Dak Prescott, and they're at the end of the road with this team. And I think if they don't get to at least the NFC Championship game, there's going to be a lot of fans that turn on Dak. There's going to be a lot of people within the front office that are going to want to blow it up and want to kind of start all over. And Dallas really is on the edge. And that's why you get Dallas Cowboy fans acting the way they are. That's why you're seeing the things out of camp that you're seeing. And that's why Jerry Jones, who's 3,527 years old, because it's his birthday today, happy birthday to him, he's 3,528 years old, is saying what he's saying. The Dallas Cowboys are on the verge of collapse, and I love it. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it is how we vision. We're all just living in. There's a very real possibility that Malik Willis will be either cut or traded by the Tennessee Titans. Should the Philadelphia Eagles go out and maybe consider bringing him in, I would be for this. I would say yes. If you could get him for either really cheap or you could get him if he's cut, I think it's a great move for the Philadelphia Eagles. One, they have Marcus Mariota. Yes, he has struggled in camp, and I'm not too worried about that. However, Marcus Mariota is only have a 1-year contract. If you could get Malik Willis in and you could spend the next few years actually building him up as a quarterback and letting him develop his game, you may be able to get him to the point where you could trade him for a big return. He's obviously not going to take over for Jalen Hurts, but having him for the next 2 or 3 years as the backup after Mariota leaves would be a good thing. He could start as the third quarterback this year, and then next year he could be the backup. I think the Philadelphia Eagles should definitely consider trading, or not, well, trading low, but at least signing Malik Willis if given an opportunity. And Bleachers Report Christopher Knox agrees with me, and I think the Eagles should do this because you would have a very similar backup to Jalen Hurts, and this is when Marcus Mariota, of course, would be gone. With that said, let me know what you guys think. Denzel Washington out.